On the eve of Halloween, the full moon cast an eerie glow over the old witch town of Salem, Massachusetts. The air was thick with anticipation, and the streets were lined with jack-o'-lanterns, their flickering candlelight casting macabre shadows on the cobblestone pathways. Children in costumes giggled as they went door to door, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, a chilling hush descended upon the town. In a quaint, weathered house at the edge of Salem, lived Annabelle, a young woman with an affinity for the supernatural. She had recently moved to the town, drawn by its dark history and the mysterious aura that surrounded it. Annabelle had always been intrigued by the stories of Salem's infamous witch trials. And she couldn't resist the allure of spending Halloween night in the heart of the witch town. As the evening grew darker, Annabelle decided to explore the town's history firsthand. She donned a black cloak and a pointed hat, disguising herself as a witch to blend in with the Halloween festivities. Armed with only a dim lantern, she ventured into the heart of Salem, where the streets seemed to narrow and the buildings leaned precariously, as if whispering secrets to one another. The townspeople had warned Annabelle about the old Salem cemetery, rumored to be haunted by the spirits of those wrongfully accused and executed during the witch trials. Ignoring their warnings, she made her way to the decrepit graveyard. The tombstones loomed like forgotten memories, and the wind whispered melancholic tales of injustice and suffering. As Annabelle explored the graveyard, she felt an unnatural chill in the air. Her lantern flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced on the tombstones. She shivered but pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets hidden beneath Salem's dark past. In the distance, Annabelle noticed a peculiar mausoleum, its entrance adorned with a pentagram symbol. She couldn't resist its magnetic pull and approached cautiously. The door creaked open with a deafening screech, revealing a descending staircase that seemed to lead into the bowels of the earth. With trepidation, Annabelle descended into the darkness, her lantern providing the only source of light. The air grew colder and more oppressive as she descended further, and the walls of the tunnel seemed to close in around her. She had the unsettling feeling that she was not alone. Suddenly, Annabelle heard faint whispers, like ghostly echoes of the past. She strained to listen, and the voices grew clearer. They were the voices of the accused witches, their words filled with anguish and desperation, recounting their unjust trials and torment. Annabelle's heart raced as she realized she was in the presence of the restless spirits of Salem. Panicking, she tried to retrace her steps, but the staircase had vanished, leaving her trapped in the subterranean catacomb. The voices grew louder, and Annabelle felt a cold, ghostly hand brush against her arm. She screamed and stumbled backward, falling into an ancient, cobweb-covered chamber. In the dim light of her lantern, she saw a circle of witches' symbols etched into the stone floor. Before her stood a spectral figure, a woman dressed in tattered, century-old attire, her eyes burning with an otherworldly fire. It was the vengeful spirit of a witch wrongly accused and condemned to death. The ghostly figure spoke, her voice echoing through the chamber. "You who trespass upon our sacred resting place shall bear witness to the horrors we endured. You shall experience the torment we suffered at the hands of the ignorant." Annabelle's heart pounded as she realized the vengeful spirits intended to make her pay for the sins of Salem's past. The room grew colder and Annabelle's breath formed frosty clouds in the air. The walls of the chamber seemed to close in, suffocating her. Annabelle was terrified and begged for mercy, but the spirits showed none. They conjured visions of the witch trials, forcing her to witness the gruesome executions, the cries of the innocent, and the hysteria that gripped the town. It was as if she had been transported back in time to the darkest days of Salem. Hours passed, or perhaps it was an eternity, as Annabelle endured the torment of the spirits. She couldn't tell if she was in the realm of the living or the dead. Finally, as the first light of dawn broke through a crack in the chamber's ceiling, the spirits released their grip on her. Annabelle stumbled out of the catacomb, her mind in shambles and her soul scarred by the horrors she had witnessed. She emerged into the daylight, where the townspeople were blissfully unaware of the nightmare that had transpired beneath their feet. Haunted by her experience, Annabelle fled Salem, leaving behind the town of witches and its dark history. But the echoes of that fateful Halloween night would forever linger in her nightmares, a chilling reminder that the past has a way of reaching out to claim the unwary, even in the most enchanting of places. Salem's secrets were best left buried in the shadows of history, where they could no longer harm the living.